Every banquet, you know, we end up collecting hats. And my husband wears them until he wears them out. Life member hats, sponsor hats. My favorite hat is this one. Kinda short build, and it fits my head, my little head.
A million miles of golden sunshine makes the harder days feel alright.
I've been involved with Rocky Mountain Elk Foundation since the late 90s. Preparing to go down to Asotin, Washington for our annual work party on the Smoothing Iron Ranch. My husband and I go, our kids go, our grandkids go. Great family event. Glad to be part of it. Ready to roll. You know, the culture of the people working on these projects is like, we all have an end goal. Everybody wants to see stuff accomplished.
This is a fire warning from the emergency broadcast system, July
12 o'clock, 1 o'clock in the morning when the wildfire moved through this particular area.
We all think the same, so it makes it really easy to get things accomplished.
Affected areas include Asotin and Garfield County.
To see this thing come through here and burn is very disheartening. Difficult to watch some of these older, more mature trees burn up. The Lick Creek wildfire burned 80,000 acres approximately.
That's a lot of land going up in flames. It'll take a long time to get back to where it was. That's why we are a part of the Elk Foundation. To keep it going.
Welcome again. This is now year number 19. Some of you guys have been here, coming here for a long, long time. This year, we're gonna work on several small guzzlers. I think there's 6 of them to do. Then there's the big game guzzler that's way out on the North Ridge. This group, you guys installed that back in 2008. So it was burned last summer in the fire. About 1 o'clock in the morning is when it came through here and burned everything around the buildings.
The Lick Creek fire continues to burn at this hour, consuming thousands of acres. Affected areas include Asotin.
And as you guys all know, the fire burned a couple months after that.
Areas include Asotin and Garfield counties in southeast Washington state.
We see the damage, we see the devastation, but we also see how things have come back greener, maybe healthier. I'm gonna miss some of the trees, but they'll come back too. It just takes time.
It's a mess. It's a mess. But we'll get it fixed. We'll get it back in working condition and have 3,000 gallons of water for the elk and deer and bears and cougars and whatever else wants to go into the drinker.
This is the old apron. It's a real heavy plastic material and it lays on top of the ground. And the fire came through and just burned it, melted it. But this stuff needs to go.
Wildfires cause a lot of devastation, especially to a lot of the stuff that we've been putting our work in for the past years. Even though it does cause, fire damage, it's also helping with the soil and repairing some of the grassland. So it's kind of, fire is doing its own thing.
Some of them aren't in too bad a shape, but that's their call.
But for us to come back and follow back up and make sure that we're restoring it and repairing it to a level to where wildlife can flourish and continue to.
So we're taking down this old fence, so we got to pull all of these old staples out. And then after we replace the liner, we're going to put up a new fence or a new post and put this fence back up, I assume.
It was a morning where several thunder and lightning storms came through this region. But it didn't stop here. It kept on going to the south and went for several miles south of here and made a much larger burn footprint than what we're seeing just here alone. That was difficult to watch. These ones, yeah, they were damaged in the bottom, but I think the tops are green, and I think they're going to come out of it and they're going to be all right. But this kind of shows you how hot it was when the fire came through here. I mean, look how scorched all these lower limbs are. You can just imagine if we'd have had limbs all the way down to the ground, or if we hadn't thinned this out or done a little bit of work in here, this whole thing would have been black. So, very thankful for the volunteers and for the work they did years past to thin this out and clean it up. They saved these trees.
Run with me, just change your mind with me. We can become.
With a little bit of direction, a lot can happen quickly. With a little bit of leadership, it falls together pretty much like Lego works.
It's for the wildlife. It's for our future. If we don't do stuff now for our kids and our grandkids and our great-grandchildren, there won't be any left.
Let's start again.
So we'll just swing around and put my end in first.
Don't be afraid. This time, nothing can stop what we got. We'll light up the dark again.
We know what needs to be done to help facilitate the wildlife in this area. The more we can help with that, the longer we'll have wildlife here. So we're working on it,
Everything's brought to life.
We can't grow more land.
Well, I can tell just by the way that you're smiling that you're still unsure. And I can tell just by the look in your eyes that you've been hurt before. But baby, no one can promise you forever. Right now I only know that we should be together. Because it's now or it's never, so won't you take a chance on